Now I should be able to actually do things on YouTube. Did it break up the session? Did it break it up long enough? Did I do it long enough? If not, I'll take a break for like a few minutes. Well, I need to get a drink anyways, truth be told, but like, because I got a headache right now. And I should take down my dishes. Oh no, okay. It started over again. I'm gonna put my dishes back. I'm gonna put my dishes back. And I'm gonna get another drink. As stream count comes back. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink. And then we're gonna finish this chapter. We are really close to being done. Oh, I'll be getting ice cream. I am back. I didn't get ice cream. I just got more lemonade. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to go back to the pawn shop. Yep. Okay. Pawn shop, because I forgot to do something. Yeah. Okay. Now I should have 6 charms. Yes. Should I bully him? Fuck him. Okay, next. Let's go to the roof. To the gym. No, no. The building has begun. Nishi. Dum, na 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 da 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 da. Yeah. I really want Jolly Ranchers. I had toffee. I literally just ate toffee, but now I just want Jolly Ranchers. And I don't want to open the package. I need to go buy Jolly Ranchers. It gets very hard to navigate here with all this stuff. Beryl's weird. Like, it's not a bad way. Like, I mean, she's weird in the way that she's very good at reading futures and the occult stuff. She's a big occult person. Alright. I'm kind of sitting further away from mic. I apologize if I far. As you can tell, my speech is getting worse because I've been streaming for almost 7 hours. Hydrate. God damn it. Give me a moment. I hydrate. We're actually almost at the point where I will be doing a split save. Putting this on the ground because I'm going to knock it over. Okay. Now I just need to go down to... yeah. It's honestly easier just to keep warping right now because there's so many people that are out and about and so many items that it goes slow. But in Town, it's not too bad. Yeah, I still can't speech. Never can speech. Can't speech well. Okay, that done. Now we gotta do... that is the one. That's the actual mandatory quest. Slip their minds. Okay, gotta go to the first floor. I wonder what happens with the max bonding with the tickets. Should I make more hot chocolate? The answer is always yes. No! You should. Hot chocolate is good. Actually, I should go upstairs first. Well, it's the same as I didn't get ice cream because I was just like, I shouldn't, because it's like 10 o'clock. Actually, it's 11 o'clock. The Twitch should I steal Grimsword? If the Twitch gods grant it, I cannot speak. Okay, where else do I need to go? There's one other person. Oh, where's Cosette? Oh, yes. Over here. Okay, now we go to the general goods store. And we're done for this part. We're about to do the split save. I don't know who I'm gonna bring.
Hello, Green. Yo, look at that.
Oh yeah, Angelica got in trouble for what she did in Chapter 6, so she's no longer allowed to be at Thor's, and essentially said Rean can have the bike. Well, not essentially, she did say that. And it's unknown, it's pretty much implied that she won't be returning. Okay, saving here. I have to save a lot in this part, by the way. There's a lot of points I gotta save. Okay. Okay, I don't know who I'm gonna call.
All right, might as well see.
What a nice breeze. I've always figured that Angelica's bike would be something special.
If I let her soup it up the way she wanted, it'd be unsteerable by human hands. Anyway, are you sure you're okay to come out with me? The lacrosse club's supposed to be preparing the field, isn't it?
It's no trouble. You're almost done anyway, and Ferris in the second year has agreed to finish the rest. Besides, if I'll be wearing one of these outfits on stage, I might as well be there when we pick them up.
True. You're one of our backing vocalists, so I'm sure you'll catch a lot of eyes.
This is some vehicle, though. You can really tell that the Ruhr Institute of Technology had a hand in developing it. I think trains are too convenient for bikes to break into the mainstream, but I can see them developing a cult following.
Only you would give the bike a technical and marketing analysis. It sure beats you asking about the outfits, though.
Did you say something?
That was just the wind.
Okay, that's funny. So this is the event I was talking about earlier. I want to see all the events with all the characters. Because I've done all the bonding events, so like there's literally nothing that worries me.
Sorry to make you kids come all this way to pick. I think you'll be pretty happy with the way they...
Fantastic. I can't...
Thanks for getting them done on such short notice.
This was no sweat compared to what Crow put me through last year. He had me working like a madman. Last year's concert was great, though, so you can bet that I'll be there to see if you kids can top that.
Oh, this guy also made Class 7's uniforms. He makes a lot of stuff.
Oh, by the way, are you the girl on rhythm guitar? Huh. You've got a kind of natural elegance to you. Couple that with the outfit and you'll be a real sight to see.
So what exactly do these outfits look like, Rean?
Well, you'll see when we get back. A bird?
Bird.
What the...
Bird.
Rean, are you still with me? You just started zoning out.
Oh, it's nothing. There was just a strange bird in that lamppost over there. That's...
Strange enough to get you daydreaming?
Yeah, actually. I've never seen a bird with feathers that color before. It was a really deep blue, almost like lapis lazuli.
Oh, wow. That does sound strange. I wonder what a bird like that is doing in the middle of a big city.
Who knows?
Oh, what do we have here?
Misty.
Is she an acquaintance of yours? Her voice sounds kind of familiar, though.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Rain? Thanks for not using my real name. If people here in the capital were to overhear you, I'd be drowning in fans in no time flat.
Sure. Mum's the word. Fancy meeting you here, though. I assume you're here to shop?
You guessed it. This store does have a branch in Trista, but this one has a much better selection. What about you? Why are you lugging 2 suitcases? You two getting a jump start on a romantic weekend getaway?
No way, never!
Let me explain.
Wow, concert. That sounds like a blast. I might be...
It'd be great to... Although I can't imagine a professional...
Oh, don't be silly. Whoops, lost track of the time. Well, bye for now.
Of course.
Oh.
Wait, that was the Misty from Abentime? Wow, I never would have guessed that Vita Clotilde and Misty were one and the same.
You'd think it would be obvious since their voices are so famous, but it's pretty hard to tell. Hold on. Tomorrow, they only broadcast on...
You're right. Maybe she's going to appear on...
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure everyone's...
Good idea. We still...
But before you...
What kind of outfits did you design?
Don't get mad. So the reason I'm doing a split save is because I want to see all the bike events because I haven't seen them all, and the other split is because will be for the last part. Especially if I mess up, it's good to have a split save.
Wow!
Wow, you look...
That's seriously...
Oh, I knew...
I think it's perfect. Nice work on...
Yeah.
Fine. It's not like
Emma?
I want to wear an outfit like this, but...
I think we broke Emma!
Chance again, so come on, Emma. Just grin and bear it. Maybe we ought to leave it.
Look at them all, yammering on without a care in the world. I can't believe they actually convinced her to wear that outfit, too. Though, I suppose it does look rather bewitching. The conditions have all been met. Is this just the calm before the storm?
The cat can talk. The cat can talk. I don't remember the last time I had hot chocolate. I had hot chocolate like 2 weeks ago. I have it like every time I go to Tim's. I don't drink the tea. I don't drink the tea they have because I like adding honey to my tea and they don't let it. The cat talked. Yes, the cat talked. The cat did talk. I told you, this last part is pretty good. Okay. I think I can hold this now. For a while. There's a lot I can skip. In the last part, it's really just a few things. Emma collapses. So basically, Crow's just said, yeah, we're doing another song. So Emma's just like, no! Because she has to sing. So she's like, no! And falls. Falls to the ground and, like, not tiredness, I think. I'm not sure, she just falls. Frustration. Remiss, I'd say. Probably remiss. Cat speech? Yeah, the cats talk.
Huh?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Also remember Misty said see you tomorrow? Like, tune in tomorrow.
Wait, we're already live? broadcast to bring you this special... This afternoon, Crossbell State issued a Declaration of Independence. This declaration was issued by the state government based on a recent referendum and carries no legal authority whatsoever. The Imperial government has issued an official statement that they refuse, and the president of the Calvard Republic, which also claims
That's the
authority
other
over the state,
state.
has made a similar statement.
That's the. I knew it was a republic. That's the other army that almost started a war with
In spite
in
of
North.
this, Crossbell's Mayor Croix has declared that the country will act as well as announced the establishment of the Crossbell...
Whoa.
You see a talking shapeshifter. Because that's what you've gotten me to now. Okay, this is going to be a lot of chugging. Because there's so many characters on this screen. It chugs a lot. It'll be very quick, but very chuggy. Okay, 6 tickets. Yes? Yes. Okay. Rooftop. Hold on, I want to see. I'm pretty sure I saw Emma on the field. I want to see why Emma's on the field. But yes, technically you see a talking cat. Technically. Other side, other way, other way. So that's the door. That's very... Lucky is talking cat, yeah. Chug, chug, chug. I can't remember this. Gasp, you free. Sorry, telling her. I try to forget. Progress. Oh yeah, they're there. Okay, I have done the only event so far, yes? Yes. Okay, I gotta spend like 2 tickets on 2 people. I don't want to do anything that's like crazy interactive. So, oh god, there's not even much choices in that regard. Oh, damn it, they're all actually pretty interactive. I can show you them all. Let's get the most interactive ones out of the way. Pause check. Why can't I relax? No. Oh god, I still don't have the white cookie. I don't have. Oh god, no! I have so much missing. I think my father started snoring. Good posture for better back. Yeah, I know. I have to turn off turbo mode for this. That is a 100% guaranteed. Um... Bella, because she likes stuffed animals. It's just basically whack-a-mole, but I actually gotta run around. I'm actually feeling really tired. How long does this go again? Ah, I missed it. There we go. Melon likes plushes. Give Melon the plush. The least interactive is the tea house. No joke. I think I have all of the good food. Sleep? I'm fine. I will soon. I want to beat this game. We are too close for me to sleep. Even though it's almost been 7 hours. Okay. I want to see Sarah's reaction to seeing the Blade Masters. Seeing the Blade Master Sharon, because I've already seen Crows. Oh, don't worry. I'm bad at this game. You can't cheat a Blade. What's your instructor? Oh, I get it now. Are you kidding me? I'm probably gonna lose. I have only done one other blade fight in this run. Oh no, wait. 2. What is between her and Jared? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's not all. But you're not wrong.
Well, shall we begin?
I'm probably not gonna win this. I have won this once, though. Oh god.
Please draw a card. Well then, we have to draw again. After you, Master Lee. Well then,
Oh,
we have to draw again.
I have
Looks like
0
I go
full
first.
cards.
I'm using a ball.
About to get Oh god. Bottle.
Well then, we have to draw again.
Yep.
After you, Master Lee.
7.
I'm using a ball.
7.
Now then, how will you react to this?
11.
Oh my, I should have been more careful. Splendid! A
Yay!
well-deserved victory!
I won! I Are you sure? There they go. So now I'm saying goodbye to Shay. They left the classroom. So we don't know the turnout. Why couldn't I beat her? Well, I get it back. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but mark my words. Boy, that sure was a lot of fun. What else? Okay, where's the next one? Okay, but God. Dear God. I'm guessing you've seen the instructor now, though. Uh-huh. Tucker again. Yes. Balloon stuck in the tree. Child, why do you lose balloon? Oh, this is funny. I get in the right angle so I can actually read both of them. She's been dragging the 2 of them around. For the love of Goddess, I'll give you anything you want, just stop dragging me around. He's saying pretty much the same thing, I'll do anything you want, just leave me alone. he's been dragging them around for probably the last couple hours. Poor guys. Just disc. Oh, wrong way. Come on. There we go. Ben's trying to set up her uncle with what was it looking for? Oh yeah, the guy's looking for him. Huh? Oh, I'm missing something. Well, I don't know what I'm missing. I think I could spend 3 tickets now. I need to sneeze. Oh god. Let's do a relationship this time. Because I've seen luck with Toa, but not the relationship with Toa. Because each one's different depending on who you bring. Just consider it. It's not easy, but if it's you know, Sarah would probably really like the relationship fortunes. You know, it's gonna be funny if I bring Crow to that one. What was the second thing I did with Toa? Honestly, can't remember. I definitely did 2 things with Crow though. My sleep schedule's not gonna be fixed for school. No. Fine, I'll do it. But shut up. It's. Fine, I'll do it. You made her want to see above you. Oh wait, actually this is different. No, I think that's the same people actually. It just read what was above. I see. Yeah. I've done Alyssa with this one every time, so like. Waddles, thank you for the gifted sub to hit. Human, I can't speak. God, let's just say human right now. To distract from what's above. The humans. 6 months. Okay. Start stargazing. All roads lead to alcohol for you, don't they? But you're kinda killing the ambience. Sure, blame the victim. And acting mature is when you're freaking someone out. Only time. Reliably mature, right. Sure enough to shove all their work onto students like me and Toa. If all that wasn't so true, I'd almost be offended. It's 5 a.m. help. I have school on Wednesday. Uh-oh. I suggest getting melatonin or sleeping medication still, even though it doesn't. You're unreasonable demands. I can grab. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I apologize. I dropped the remote. Want the white chocolate? Points to mix. No. You set me up for that, didn't you? I didn't read the other half. I'm supposed to tease you, not the other way. Oh. Ha. I wouldn't go. You're more sadistic than I thought you were. Yeah, he did. Grim is here. Okay, I think we can do one more. I've done two with Sarah. Can't remember what the last thing is. Oh yeah, just go to the tea house twice usually. Oh yeah, the principal's really good at racing that he suddenly overturned everything. Let's go with Toa. Determined not to let you first year sum him up. Grim, make Loki sing. No, please, my throat hurts. But I nearly got thrown off. Okay, so I'm gonna be riding the horse. Every single time I've invited someone, I've been, like, it's been, them.
Let's get going. Here! Here!
Ouch.
Here! All right, let's do this!
Uh-oh. There we go.
Here!
Shit. I always finish around 30. Yeah, maybe. That would probably do it. Okay, one more thing. Pizza. But, like, I can't go to sleep in the dark. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember this. Ooh. Why don't you get a nightlight then? It will emit light, but it's significantly less than if you have the light on in your entire room. What? I got a creeper nightlight for Christmas. Nice. So basically, Vanilla's mad at Markram because he was late, but in reality she was late and got lost. That's the only one. I don't know if she panic. Should I go to... So I know who I'm doing next. I usually... Silence either, play, not place. Yeah. Should I do Mayubi again? So the tea house, which is very inactive, or the star one again. I know who exactly I'm bringing. I know who I'm bringing. And I want to ask chat. I usually fall asleep to music. It's 12 o'clock. Is that too lucky? Yeah. So, should I go to the tea house or the stargazing place again? I know who exactly we're bringing, and I really don't know. So I've kind of seen half of Mayubi for the person, but I haven't seen the star one. But if I get distracted by the video, but it's fun. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to choose, ooh, the star one? Okay. star thing. We'll see. I'm taking Crow. Star 1. Star. Sleep to B movie. Any noise I hear weird, I'll get freaked out. B movie? Oh god. Oh god. This place to literally put stars in Lee's eyes. And here you go and invite me. I mean, I'm touched, really, but look at the girls in her class. You could have had your pick. Maybe. What's the problem with the two of us hanging out? It's not as though I saw you marching in here with a girl on each arm. Lies and slander. I'll have you know that the Lees can't get enough of me. It does. I've been asked out so many times that I've started to lose count. I've gotta admit, you do seem like you'd be pretty popular, but didn't you say Angelica stole all your girlfriends away from you? Damn beast, damn. Unbelievable. Waddle's bad. Angelica, yeah. You just had to remember that little tiny detail, didn't you? Angelica's up to right now anyways. She's here. Find a girl of your own before she comes back and steals them all! Maybe. And the MVP of youth. You don't want to know how many guys I saw break down in tears once they realized the good times were all gone. Angelica got power moves, yeah, that's for sure. If you do, I could provide you names and dynamic recreations of the way they cried, you know, to drive the boy home. No, thanks, so good. Over in a blink, huh? Angelica is the same grade as Crow, and she's the one that was like with the ladder thing. Oh wait, I don't think you were there for that. Okay. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. Huh. Okay. What happens next? Oh well.
You did really well, Reen.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm saving. Once again, I'm saving another Brock. Now we don't have to do these all over again. Oh, friendship level up. Yes, friendship level up. My heart. I gotta fix my bed. Very badly. Get. Damn it. Memory foam slips back all the time. It frees the funds. Remember the bell? Should be taken. Okay, we are now in the final. Definitely not. You can't take. So we're gonna be.
The time has come.
Here, you get to listen to this.
Commencing the second trial.
This looks the same as the red door we found on the 4th floor.
It seems like there's an even bigger...
Yeah. Reen?
Are you okay? It's the mark on your chest, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But how do you...
Call it intuition. I think it should already be quite apparent, but are you sure?
I went there, last time I went there was in high school. Grade 12, so that's about, God, was it like 5 years ago now? Jeez, I feel old. Okay, I pretty much need to put all the people I usually don't have in the team to fit it. No, I'm gonna do my usual team setup actually. No, I should not know them. He, there. Saves, what about hits? Hit be fun. Okay, there's one thing we gotta do. And that's literally, I'm going to, right, sound good. I can name some states, but I definitely will mess up on a few. More than a few. Do it. Okay. Okay, in exchange. Nope. Customize? Customize. I have that. Wait, what? Oh! Okay, we have all except for this one. Yeah. We'll be getting on the Zercaria more to get the last one. But, you're getting these. Who has the thing? You're... Sorry, I'm just setting up for this final thing. Passion. Is Texas a state? Yes. Territory? Do you even have territories? I don't know if we call territories the same thing. Now thinking of it, but still. Yeah, that's a city. Okay. I should only be coming out one more time. Yeah, let's go. Waddles. Orbit. Damn it, I forgot. Waddles is so mean. Okay, we're almost done the game, truth be told. I just need to finish setting up characters because I haven't done that. Oh yeah. Is there? There's so much to set up again. I hate that they take it off every single time. No. need one. Those are really good. That's pretty good. Sorry, I'm being very picky for a good reason. And that's a top. Frick. Sorry, this is a lot of setup because this is the dungeon's not hard, but the boss at the end is hard. So we're gonna make sure everything's properly set up. Oh, okay, you're just talking about states. I'm all good. No, that's fine. That's good. That isn't good for me. Damn. Like a master quartz, it has slightly higher. Ooh. I want very high attack and very high movement. Okay. Oh god, yeah. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of setup. But we should be good now.
Hold on to that thought for now. Let's just keep moving.
I am going to save. Because I didn't like that little instance. Yes. Okay. Sorry, give me a moment. Because, like, I've just been doing setup. Night, human! Okay, I didn't really need this one. But the boots are useful.
My treasure.
Run away. And I know my states. Ooh, bad. I gotta check where one item is. Okay, I know where it is.
Ooh, that one looks tough.
Again! Wait, I think I remember this. Also double checking that I grabbed that. Yes.
Ah, it's a treasure chest.
Okay. This way. And this area too.
Now that's what I call a chest.
That's the treasure chest this way. Area 2.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yes.
my turn.
Oh, I promise.
Yes.
I always get this feeling like Miller can actually understand something.
I actually need to do this though. So I need to activate it. Why? I didn't mean to hit that. God damn it. Where's the next door? Give me a second. Okay, I know where it is. Okay. Which way do we go first? Which way do we go first? This way.
That one looks annoying. Watch out.
We're trying to get this done. Yes.
My turn.
Got this!
Flash. The only attack I don't have is Strike on my active party right now.
Now that's what I call a chest.
Yeah, that's a fighting chest, and I'm not dealing with that right now. I want to beat the game.
All right.
Yep. Oh great, now I need Millum. Maybe need Green to be the next leader. Oh, because this is a strike one. Oh, slash one. I do remember this dungeon really well, to be honest. I got lost here for a while. I kind of remember it a little too well. Keep going down. The last one's gonna be strike another blast. Yeah, get away.
Looks like a tough one. Watch out!
I think this will be strikes. Oh, crow.
It's my turn.
Get away. Yeah. Run away, monsters.
It's enormous. Stay on guard. Eat that!
There we go. Yikes. You know what, guys? I've already done 200 messages. It hasn't been 2 hours. I love it. Okay. Next will be Millum. I'll do that in a second. There we go. I'll be okay with Palace. Yeah, really. Run away, Death Mouse. Found it. Nope, this way. Nope, this way.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Hey, Lucky, you like jazz? I don't mind it. Computer bad. This would be straight shot. Yeah. Oh yay, I'm sorry enough now that they run away.
That one looks annoying.
Finally. Those guys are so annoying to deal with. Why are you running the other way I need to go? Last time I went through here, they all attacked me. Yeah, I know the B-movie joke. I know the B-movie joke. I was doing that on purpose.
That one looks annoying. Watch out.
Yay! These things are annoying. So thank God they're running away. Oh wait, the armor is actually really good, so I should get that. And since they're running away, it's not a problem.
Watch out!
god. I'm not in the mood for B-movie jokes. God damn it. Okay. At the end. Right? Almost. What's in the next mission?
That looks like a strong one. Be careful.
I'm getting only the armor stuff because their armor is so low. I don't know if we can sell it later.
That looks like a strong one. Be careful. Ah, it's a treasure chest.
Damn it. Give me a minute. I need to get past all these. I'm almost out of the enemy potential territory. There we go. Go me. Okay, we're almost. We're actually.
This looks like I can sense something inside.
Okay. Hydrated. Come on. Come on. We will be going out and making the last weapon. And then we're fighting the final dungeon boss. Oh, wait. I have hydrated though. If you look at the time, like, this last chapter is actually not taking a bit. It's taking a little bit. Okay, there we go. Soon we will be ready to fight the final boss. We are ready to fight. We are fighting the final dungeon boss. You'll see why I'm specifying final dungeon boss in the walkthrough. It calls it final boss. You'll see why I'm not calling it final boss. Okay, I might. I will save here. I will save here as a safety save. No, there's not a secret final boss, but you'll see why I say this. In a few, I'd say probably 40 minutes. I'm going to guess it's going to take 40 minutes to get to this in. Yeah. Oh, wait, the surprise, yeah. This really last part, I probably am going to do something in particular, but we're going to do Elisa's Bond thing. Final Bond. For the stream, we're gonna do Elisa's Bond thing.
It's as though life itself has been bled
Final
from the
boss. No.
Is this a battlefield?
I've seen this one a lot. This is hard.
My turn.
I'll handle this.
Why is Eustace out? Wait, yeah, I had Eustace out last time, but I
leave this to
actually need
I'll handle this.
Lisa this time? No, Crow. Frick, I got out the wrong character. Oh, I got to deal with this for a few minutes.
Yeah. Here.
My turn.
No, who was it? Who did I have out last? I think I did have Elisa out last time.
Go.
Her level's actually matching up. Turns out Lucky is the final boss, and chat has to whack Lucky with the stick. Yeah, I think I used the Lisa last time.
Okay.
Oh, frick! I didn't pay attention. They just grabbed Reed. Yep, they did grab Reed. Okay, setup time. No, I forgot that I don't have Impassion on. Ah, shit.
Arcus activate.
And Reed got grabbed again. God damn it.
I can do this.
I have Impassion on everything else. I'm Impassion on everyone but Crow, and I had Crow have it last time. Yeah,
Right.
let go. Let me go.
This one's got your name on it. Hope you like now.
I'm good.
Here we go.
Okay.
And this is not grabbed.
Arcus.
So remember how I mentioned there's two ways to release a character? They faint, or you use enough damage. Wait, Lucky, what?
Leave it to me.
Does Crow fight with size? Guns.
Yeah, you're done. Cross Raven. See ya.
Why? Ooh, there goes Elisa.
Now.
Oh, yay! I totally forgot about Angel's ability. Thank God for that ability.
I can do this.
Okay,
Let's go.
Stop! We need to do that now. Great.
My turn.
Ooh, it's not gonna be good.
I can do this.
So we're even great. Can't let him die. He's too high. The CP is too high. I can't lose character with high CPs right now.
Now.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Here we go.
All right.
Yes, it's combat power. It allows me to use F skills, and this might kill us. Except for maybe.
It's my turn.
Well, it did kill Elisa.
Arcus activate.
Go.
Okay, we gotta heal. No.
Arcus, activate. Huh.
Now.
I'm all fired up now.
It's my turn.
Move Elisa next to Crows, and then ouch.
My turn.
Just for a minute.
Right. It's my turn.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm doing to Adamant Shield in a few minutes. Few moments.
Here.
There we go.
My turn.
Yes.
So I'm gonna save all my S skills.
Alright. Here we go. Burn to ash. Now's our chance.
Okay. Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Yeah. Arcus, activate.
Yeah, CV is combat power,
It's my
and
turn.
that's the reason why I put Adamant Shield on characters.
Turn to flame.
The Adamant Shield will prevent them from grabbing you. I learned that last time.
No.
By chance,
Here we go.
because I was just doing setup.
Burn to ash. Go. Alright.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Emma needs to go.
Leave it to me.
Service Pro.
My turn.
Next to Lisa.
Burn to ash.
And then I can do the Adamant Shield. I wish I had 2 Adamant Shields. If I was thinking, I would have done that.
It's my turn.
Very bad timing.
My turn.
No.
Very bad timing. Oh, there we go. Run out.
Go.
This isn't looking good. Dance, Blake. Thank you very much.
Alright.
This one's got your name on it.
Hope you like it. Oh no, you don't. My turn.
Yeah. Arcus, activate. Fire! Now!
Gotcha. Alright. Here we go. Second one. Bam!
Yes!
Oh, that was good timing.
Leave it to me.
Thanks.
My turn. Burn to ash.
Yeah. Arcus, activate.
Alright.
This one's got your name on it.
Hope you like it.
Right. Turn to flame. Go.
Gotcha. Here we go.
I
Thank
gave
you,
it to
it's my
Emma,
turn.
though it was needed for Emma. I meant to give it to Reed.
Thanks.
There we go. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen soon.
Yeah, you're done.
Cross Raven.
Yeah, Crow uses double pistols. Essentially.
My turn. Burn to ash.
Okay, it's my turn. Turn to flames. Burn! Okay. Here! Are you alright?
Go.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate. I can do this. Arcus, activate.
My turn. Let's see.
My turn.
Oh, that was useful. So after fighting this guy for 3 times now, I do understand a good strategy. God damn it.
Go. Now's a chance.
Let's
Go, everyone.
I want to avoid losing the adamant shield as much as possible.
My turn.
Right. Let's go.
Gotcha.
Go.
All right.
Oh, please. It's my turn.
Hold on, I gotta slow it down. There we go.
My turn.
Because I can't do the precise.
Now's a chance.
There.
It's my turn. Fire now.
Gotcha. My turn.
Okay. Now.
My turn.
I can do this. Fire.
Well, I'm on my phone here.
Leave it to me.
Okay, we're good.
This one's got your name on it. Hope you like it.
Yeah.
Go.
As you can see, I switch between healing. Oh, shoot, I did the wrong person.
Right. Fire. Yeah.
Thanks.
Here
I
we go.
meant to do adamant shield for her.
There. Go.
Oh, well, oops, wrong attack.
My turn. Hey, go get him.
I've got you. It's my turn. It's my turn. Now.
Go. Burn it.
All right. This one's got your name on it. Hope you like it.
Right. Let's go. Huh?
Oh no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. Burn it.
Because of adamant shield, this fight is so much easier.
This one's got your
My
name
God.
on it. Hope you like it.
It's my turn. This is my sparking arrow. Yeah. Strong, great towers. Lord Barbarian. Rest in peace.
Here we go.
Too easy. Leave it to me.
It's my turn. Arcus and...
My turn. Burn it.
It's my turn. Here, now. I need
There we
everyone.
go.
Leave it to me.
Ha!
All right. Eat that.
Don't die, don't die. Everyone has high health except for Lisa.
Sorry, are you alright?
Dang it.
No.
That was-
It's my turn.
I knew that was gonna happen. So
Arcus
it's not a
activate.
total shot.
Leave it to me. This one's got your name on it. Hope you like it.
Are you alright?
Here we go.
Just need to hold on a little longer.
Second. Go.
I'll help. Now.
There we go.
Sorry, are you alright?
Go.
All right.
Okay. Here, I can do this. Arcus and... Ha!
Whoa, thanks.
My turn. Azure Blade. Down on my flank. Strike.
All right. This one's got your name on it.
Hope you like it.
Yeah. Now. It's my turn.
Got it.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
Uh-oh. Yeah, what happened?
Right. Oh no, you still open range. Roll.
Gotcha. Ha!
Yeah.
This one doesn't always do enough damage. There we go.
Leave it to me.
Maybe because I'm using a stronger weapon now? Probably.
Sit down.
I've got you.
Here we go.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's Captain Green again. Yeah, damn it.
Gotcha. My turn.
Hey, Green around.
Cross break.
I gotta
Here we go.
increase. We're really going after Green, so.
Sorry.
Yes! We did it! A counter killed it! Easiest. Easiest. I fought this guy 3 times. Easy. Easier one than I did when I fought it normal because I was like 6 levels under. No, 4 levels
A
under.
final trial.
And
Take heed, Awakener.
and the nightmare was just, it was honestly a nightmare.
The flame and the jaws that devour the world.
God. Like, this is hard. This fight is hard. And I understand why people will, I do understand why people say it's the final boss, but the reason I don't call it final
Hey, can you hear me?
Are you?
is because of something in a few minutes.
It's opening. Whoa.
Look at what was inside that door.
Wow, top marks. I'm so proud of you.
Yes! We did all
I'm
the
worthy of
AP.
you. Keep up the good work. Perfect. You guys are the best.
Okay, now I pretty much just need to hold buttons. My hand is shaking. It's Sunday now. We're gonna talk to people. Where is people? Oh, I also... Do I start setting up here? No. Later. Toby. I remember I need to finish. I need to actually read the books that I've been buying the entire time. Main building is the East Hallway. Okay. I have to do these. But I can't remember where everyone is. Actually, couldn't I just... I'm an idiot. Ironically, Maki's his father and Yusa's brother, despite being completely different factions, get along really well. Which is confusing the two, very much so. Kind of funny. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you hear this one part to see even more why I just love this character. Elliot's father is so funny. Okay, done? I forgot to buy something on the roof. I hit the wrong button. Wait, that restored CP? Okay, it restores health and CP. There's a lot of things that restore CP. Okay. I grabbed something.
Hey there, guys.
Oh, what's up? I see curiosity.
Oh, I brought...
Oh, I was just thinking I could use a... Ah, this is that new dark cherry pie I've heard about. It's supposed to be delicious. And really filling, too. Oh, thanks. I'm feeling all fired up now.
He likes sweets.
You seem pretty taken with... Can't say I blame you, though.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Whatever it is. So, what...
So I found that on the bottom of the schoolhouse. We don't know what it is. I will... save here for a different reason, because I kind of missed something? No. Well. Hold on, I'm looking at... Nah, I gotta save later anyways. If I want to read what I missed, we can see it later. I can look at it later, because there was something. I was just like, why? I don't remember that happening before. But then again, I've been like skipping dialogue for like the last week. Lot of chugging. You'll get to hear some of the concert, not all of it. Because I am not dealing with it. There's a lot that goes on here. And if I did this right, you can see the full list of all the characters that I could do bonding events with. Not yet. You'll see why I'm not saving yet, because this is a very long thing. Gotta hydrate. War events. Yeah, I knew that was happening. I got it. Hydrated. It's 1 o'clock. And look, there's Angelica in a dress now. And an agreement to be able to come here. Okay, I'm holding the button. Not like that. You get to hear the music. But not for long. Concert, yeah, the concert, but it's going by real fast. Let's jam. We only got like a minute. Because even with fast forward, like this scene's like a minute. It's all done now. Okay. I'm not joking. This scene is really, like, not just the concert, like, the whole little event thing is really long. Like, this last chapter is super long. We've almost been playing this last chapter for 2 hours now. This chapter is 100% the longest chapter. And this is where I save. Yeah, one more. I have 3 different splits for this one part because I don't want to mess up. God.
Ellie, I just wanted to thank you for...
What brought that up?
It's just that I wanted to make sure that...
Damn, man. It's making people feel awkward.
Aw, it's no big deal. I mean, look at you. You were and honestly, I should be the one.
Huh?
You all helped me rediscover just how much... Because it's not just about performing, it's about performing together. Playing off each other's strengths to make something wonderful. So, I should be the one...
Elliot.
Hold on, I really want you guys to hear...
Hell, are you guys trying to see who can make me cringe the hardest?
Elliot, my boy!
There we go.
Your father's arms are ready and waiting for you to leap into them!
Does he always have to say that stuff so loudly?
Yep.
Sorry. I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, later.
Yep. The scene is just funny. I love a funny thing in Mushy
This year's
stuff.
festivals, though, who knows if... Crow?
Oh, yeah. Generally, people stay in the same class from their first day to their graduation. Class 7's basically one giant exception.
I guess that has its pluses, and no matter what, it's not...
If I manage to graduate, at least. Barring any nasty surprises, I'll be in... Which means our time as classmates is almost up.
Now that you mention... We'll have to see if we can throw you...
Come on, trust me. You're still gonna see... Sure, I'll have moved out of the dorm.
You better. Oh, and by the way, I mean, we've spent so...
Of course not. And if I ever catch you calling me Mr. Armbrust again, I'm gonna smack you. Oh, yeah. Guess it's about time I gave you the...
The 50 mirror that he stole.
I completely
From the
forgot about
start
it.
of the year. So about 12 hours ago.
You've done so much for me since then, compared to...
Besides, I never... So go on.
There's a reason why I do this.
Oh, by the way, you know there was interest on this, right? How much do you suppose you really owe me after half a year?
Oh, man. What kind of racket are you running here anyway? I thought you were supposed to be a good kid.
Well, there's this one second year who's taught me a thing or two about making money. To be honest, it feels kind of lonely to think that everything between us is completely so... What do you...
I swear, the things I do for love. All right, you'll get your stupid interest someday. Maybe.
Maybe. You didn't even hear Prince Olivert's voice. I should have held. Oh, wait.
Come now, don't
There we
waste
go.
your time watching. It's time to dance.
No need to worry about formalities tonight. Let's all relax, enjoy ourselves, and maybe let a few secrets slip.
I'm letting you hear all the characters' voices at this point.
Allow me, Sharon.
Interest time.
For every red-blooded boy
Maybe.
in school lines up for a chance.
It would be my honor.
Madam Chairman, might I have this?
You guys have gotten connected to the characters despite not being able to read most of the dialogue, and I love it.
Of course. Given that our former partners left the dance all too soon, we seem to make for an appropriate pair.
I suppose you're right.
Oh, now I get that.
Instructor, I cannot thank you enough for all you've done for my daughter. I can, however, ask you for the pleasure of this dance.
Really? Ooh, he's just my type, too. Oh, just talking to myself.
Well, I'll be dancing with all my little kittens by the end of the night. But I suppose I can let you take the first dance.
Well, I don't mind. But seeing you in that dress is enough to make any guy feel intimidated.
They waste no time, do they?
It's no surprise that my grandfather made a beeline for Sharon, but I never expected to see Mother dancing.
Beeline for Sharon.
In some ways, it seems as though they're younger than we are.
Beeline for Sharon. Going for it. He hits on Sharon
like
at every
everyone's having
opportunity, and he's the reason that Angelica hits on pretty much all the girls.
Shall we join them?
You've given me more than enough between showing me around and your incredible
Be going
concert.
hard.
And besides, I'm
You're
sure there's
not
someone else you'd
wrong.
rather dance with here. Why not ask them instead?
Okay. One. Elliot, you're a miss. Yes! I got all the characters! Yes! I got every single option. So these are all the possible different... There's slight variation in the endings. These are all the possible slight variations. This has taken me 3 playthroughs of this game. So over 200 hours. It has taken me over 200 hours to do this.
I knew it. So I have a potential sister-in-law now, do I?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, maybe you're right. Maybe I will go ask her.
Oh, it's really funny if you choose a guy, one of your guy friends. She gets so confused, and then they start, Princess Elfin comes along, and just like, talks basically just like BL. Though that's not what happens. They literally just go sit down and talk.
I do feel kind of bad leaving you here on your own, though.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm fine, really. Besides, if you spend all this time worrying about me, the music will be over by the time you ask.
Well, okay.
I'll let you get to see the ending scene. Though you've got to see no dialogue throughout the... What's BL? Oh, Waddles.
He's such an idiot.
Innocent Waddles.
Oh, Elise.
Also inform the child later. Alright.
Your Highness? The generally accepted strategy here would be to keep his eyes on you, not push him toward another girl's tender embrace. If you were to only gather the courage to ask him, I'm certain that he would be more than accommodating.
So you...
I'm fine,
Sorry, I'm gonna let it play. So the last option of I can't think of anyone, that's only available if you completely, you've done... I'm not a child. Only if you've done one other run. So you can only, that option's only first available after you do a second run. So a New Game Plus run. One more chocolate. I just ripped the tab off the end. Oops.
Elisa.
Rean.
Honestly, considering everything that's happened between Elisa and Rean, I like the two together.
Is your sister okay?
Yeah. Actually, she's the only reason I had the courage to come over here. Would you dance with me?
What? Me?
That was the idea. Is that a no?
All right. Let's get a little closer to the bonfire then.
Okay.
But we're almost done the game. Very close. I'm kind of just padding out to let you guys actually hear all the dialogue for some of us. You won't know everything because I've skipped so much dialogue, but you'll kind of know some things because I have not skipped certain dialogue, and you can kind of see some of the relationship between characters. This scene always runs long. I keep thinking I'm gonna have to go to work till Monday, but I'm not because I have to do something in the afternoon.
Everyone's still at it.
I wish I still had that much energy left. Still, it's not like there's a lot more festival to use it on. It's strange. It feels like the whole year's been building up to this festival, but...
Yeah. It felt like it was over in the blink of an eye. Both the festival and the year as a whole.
Exactly. It won't be long until the second years graduate and we'll be in their shoes. Time really does fly, huh?
Well, it definitely does for us. We've been playing this game for only about a couple hours.
Yeah.
Almost a day now, I think?
It's hard to believe so many months have passed since we all first met. But I do have to wonder whether any of us have gotten any closer to figuring out what we're going to do with our lives.
I wish I knew. I might have looked confident when I told Mother that I'd show her how to run the company by the time I graduated, but that was in the heat of the moment. I honestly don't know whether I'd drive Rhineford straight into the ground or not.
How could you know? Still,
there's one thing I do know. No matter how difficult the odds, our class always finds a way through. Growing up should be no different.
you stole my line.
I think you need some new material. I'm getting used to your speeches by now. Well, that, and I believe it. I think everything is going to work out as long as our class is together. As long as you and I are together. Forget I said anything.
Elisa. Then let's stay together. We're still looking for our places in the world, but maybe they're right next to each other.
I hope so.
Me too.
This is the only actual, so far of what I've seen, this is the
After
only
that,
actual
I went back to see Elise.
romantical one that happens. Though all the ones I've seen, which has been about 6 or so, are all pretty sweet.
But by then, that
and
memorable
nice.
evening was approaching its end.
Feast is the first one I did, and Feast is actually really nice too.
Reen? Elise?
I'm gonna skip it a bit. You find out she was also alumni for the school.
Please, excuse me a moment. Yes, Revel. What?
What's going on?
And you're certain of this? Understood. I'll return at once.
You'll see what happens in a moment, because
Yes.
I'm actually gonna
I
let
will
this
escort them
scene
back to
play out
Godflame
because
Palace
there is some music that I really like. I wish I could find where the
excuse
song.
myself.
I'm also gonna speed this up a bit because there's not any talking for the next few minutes.
But as we're going back by car, I thought I'd offer you a ride home. But
Elise, I think you should go back with them for now. I'll call you later to make sure you're okay.
well, all right.
Sorry to drop this on you so quickly, Reen. I'm sure someone from the Academy will fill you in shortly.
Fill me in? On what?
If you'll excuse us.
Don't worry. We'll be sure to get Elise back to the academy safely.
Can you tell something bad has happened? So, remember, things are in a state of unrest since Crossbell has stated its independence against Erebonia and the Republic at the moment. And something has just happened. It was questionable whether or not their parents would even come before.
Reen!
Does anyone have any idea what's going on?
I'm afraid not. I've never seen...
My mother's the same way. She got a message of some kind and just changed.
Ditto my father. I think it was someone from Heimdall who got in touch with him.
One thing is certain. Something terrible has happened.
My dad turned pale and was gone before I could ask what happened. It sounded like he received a report from Instructor Neidhart, though.
Hold on. Neidhart's supposed to be... He was at Corellia Fortress with the 4th Armored Division on some sort of mission, right?
Speaking of which, has anyone seen Toa or Instructor Sarah?
Students and visitors, I cannot thank you enough for your attendance today. I hereby proclaim the 127th Thor's Military Academy Festival complete. But I am afraid I must announce this with a heavy heart, as we have just received word from the Imperial government that this evening, Corellia Fortress, which rests on the eastern border of the Empire, has been destroyed.
That's the place that we went to at the end of Chapter 5, that the terrorists attacked.
No. Destruction is an inadequate word. An unknown weapon has erased the fortress in its entirety from existence. I would ask that all of our guests, from that region or otherwise, please try to remain calm.
I like the music that's about to come up. Don't ask me why, I just like it. I have no explanation for it. That was Corellia Fortress. Yep. So their bank assets have been frozen because it is run by Crossbell. No. There's one big scene that I'm not going to show all of it because of how long it takes. But both Crow and Milim are missing. They haven't appeared in class. She's saying classes are canceled, but there's a radio broadcast because the Chancellor is going to say a message. I will be saving here just because I usually do that, truth be told. Okay. Where do I have to go again? I don't remember. I do start setting up for Endgame, though. This is where I start setting up for Endgame, where, well, Endgame's kind of obvious. I start selling a whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta speak to George and Tilla.
I still get this.
He's surprised. He doesn't know what kind of weapon could possibly even cause the kind of damage that they saw. Damn it. No, the reason I am setting up because I'm going to do an easy mode run at some point to finish the final things that I've missed. Because I need to get one, for one trophy I need 1 million Mira. I've not even gotten close once yet. Okay, where do I have to go? Tilla time. Have to Tilla. If you talk to Beryl at this point, she'll say that the strings of fate seem to have gotten all twisted up at this moment because she cannot tell the future anymore at this moment. How much the game is left? My estimate, maybe 30 minutes. There's not a lot. Especially since I'm skipping a lot of dialogue. There's some that I'm going to skip and some that I'm not going to skip. It's more or less because these scenes are...
Nothing out of the ordinary is happening.
Very good. I really want to show you these scenes. These small parts.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected. But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Chancellor Osborn? Did he know there was something like this here?
I'm not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in... We did just find out that Captain...
Hey, what you thinking about?
Say, Millie was investigating the...
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
Something more important than this? Not sure what she's getting at.
Oh yeah! It's... I guess I should...
So she was here for a reason. But it wasn't just because of the old schoolhouse. So, when you talk to Toa and George, they tell you Crow has given all their stuff back, including Angelica's. Lucky outlasts a cheesy stream? Pog! Okay.
Looks like he did go out then.
Look, all his stuff's gone.
Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still,
where the frick am I gonna send you guys?
Yeah.
Crow went somewhere, but where? That's weird. At the end, I'm gonna say some things.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in
It's
my
January now and not December. I know, I kept thinking that today.
Sure. I've been told to return home. Repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the Four Great Houses, don't underestimate me.
Oh, wow.
Goldie? Maybe.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the next?
We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a raid.
Right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. Especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh. Really?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now.
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be—
Oh, yeah. Let's get going.
He went to Heimdall. Unless the game crashes, we should be fine.
Why is Misty...
Oh, it's the host from...
At least that's her.
How? Emma? What's wrong?
The woman talking on the radio, she's... You all know her?
Who, Misty? Of course. She hosts the radio show Abend Time every Sunday night at 9.
I've seen her out and about in Trista, too. She always looks so fashionable. Though, considering Abend Time is broadcast by Radio Trista, it makes sense that's where she'd be.
Huh?
Do you know her or something?
The Chancellor's standing at the podium. Let's hear what...
Citizens of I am...
I gotta speed this up because the speech isn't important. It's the stuff in the what the class is saying.
Listen to him.
Oh, he's quite the... Milliam? What are you doing?
Nope, can't get through. No surprise there, I guess.
Who are you trying to call?
What is all this about?
Oh, it's part of my mission. The most important part, actually. If only I'd caught on a little sooner. But considering he managed to outwit Claire, Lecter, and even Gramps, I suppose Crow's earned this victory.
What?
What does Crow have to do with this?
Huh. So that's your angle.
So, the intelligence division were looking into the identities of the main leaders of the terrorists.
You came because you had a potential lead on C, and you couldn't look into it from the outside. Is that it?
What?
As in the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front?
But he's dead, isn't he? The Intelligence Division looked at all of C's actions so far and drew up a list of potential suspects. And one possibility we couldn't dismiss was that he had ties to this academy somehow. But after C and his cronies got blown up aboard their airship in the mine, we thought it was a moot point. Looks like we spoke too soon, though. I can't believe how bad we screwed this up.
Are you seriously suggesting that it's Crow? That it's been him all along?
Crow was with us in the mine right up until he went with the miners to escort them back to the surface, right?
Yeah, and then his route back ended up blocked off by a cave-in, so he wasn't able to reach us until later.
But what if he actually used another route to get there ahead of us?
Then fought us wearing that masked helmet and cape.
Before making it look like he boarded the airship, then sneaking back around to join the others like nothing happened.
Madness. No one would stake their entire plan on such a precarious stunt.
Perhaps we can read the evidence that way, but there are a few leaps in logic that bother me.
Besides, remember when the terrorists escaped from Gorelia Fortress? We heard C talking, and not just then. He was addressing us just before the airship exploded in the mine, too.
That's true. Both counts.
And Crow was with us the whole time during everything that went down in Gorelia. He never left our sight.
Right. No mistaking it.
My name is Seath, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. The Hammer of Judgment shall fall again. I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, there's no way he could be...
Recording.
He could have recorded a message in advance and played it back.
Oh.
And the airship that exploded? It could have been controlled remotely.
Like the tanks.
His alibi seems airtight. But once you account for things like that, it starts looking pretty questionable.
Yep. And if C's still alive, that means the other ringleaders probably are too.
Then right now, Crow is...
Oh no.
He said he was headed to Drykel's plot.
If a skilled sniper has their eye on you, you let your guard down for even a second and bang, you're dead. If he's the one who shot down the airship in the mine...
Then it's checkmate for the Chancellor. Crow's already won.
We stand at the brink of nothing less than a national... In such tumultuous times, I have the...
Go finish your speech in hell.
I'm stretched. Ooh.
Well played, Armbrust.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And there's our coup de grace. Now, just have to add the finishing touches.
Hands in the air!
It really was you all along. To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust, from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, it was. He is from Jirai. They did go to that place, actually.
Aw. And here I thought I'd managed to cover my tracks like a real pro. So, who put all the pieces together? I bet it was Arundel, wasn't it?
We just received confirmation a short while ago.
Yeah.
If you hadn't been so difficult to pin down, we would have had this investigation finished up already. How could you? How could you?
You know, this really brings back the memories. It's a lot like when Jirai was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago. You let your guard down, you lose. That's how your boss's favorite little game works, isn't it? Well, he lost. And now he won't be playing any of his games
I know,
again,
right?
ever.
You! Get on the ground! I don't know how you managed to plan all of this.
Yeah, I don't...
What?
Gonna speed this up. Are you gonna see something interesting? Oh yeah. Hold on. I can't actually speed this part up.
Isn't that the claws?
This is one of the Azure Abyss's incantations. Phantasmagoria!
You timed your line at the same time of how could you with Claire. I cannot speed this up. All I can do is turbo. There's one thing I do want to show you, and then we're gonna speed up till the end. But so, what I wanted to say, that is the twist. I was certain of that twist by chapter 7. Yeah, by chapter 7, I was certain of that twist. Noble factions got their own airship. Like, look at these things. Look at these things. Uh-oh. They look a lot like that thing from underneath the schoolhouse. They're stronger than those tanks, too.
Oh, but how did... Don't move!
Sorry, I don't take orders from you. Zephyr should be able to secure Valflame Palace just fine on their own, but I've got my own score to settle.
No! What?
See ya, Icy Lady.
I did say this, right? That I figured I was certain of that twist in chapter 7.
Man,
I had
that was a
hit
bit of a letdown, huh?
like I had a gut feeling. I was just like, it's Crow. I don't know why. Like I didn't see any major hints. But it's just like, I don't know why. It's just like, it's Crow.
I'll give him an A for effort, but we're talking...
The hub, but get...
Ice Queen, like Waddles. But yeah, I don't know why, but I was just like, in chapter 6, I was just like, it's Crow.
It looks like our guess about C's identity was right on the money. But I don't know what that cool blue thing was he flew off in.
Crow.
On behalf of the...
So everyone saw that image. Sarah's running off for some reason.
What's wrong, guy? I hear something to the west.
Several armored cars are approaching, and it sounds like they have some of those armored
Waddles
suits
is
with
not
them.
like Weiss. Oh, sorry. I read that wrong. That is an I. If anything, Waddles is Gunther.
You've got to be kidding.
First Heimdall, are they planning on taking over the academy? Sure looks that way. Notable members from both factions have kids enrolled here, and there are plenty of important people like the principal. So either they're looking to preemptively protect their own or take the others hostage. Could be either, even both.
This is absurd.
Whatever their intentions, we can't...
Do you think that's where the...
Those giant armors are
They decide to help fight out. Work. Wonk. Scabies. Okay, now choose the team. Yeah, I can't explain why, but I was just like it's Crow. Newt. Okay, I think everyone except Gaius. That's super strong stuff. And yeah. Well, I gotta sell some stuff. It's a shame you can't choose Crow. Such a shame you can't choose Crow. I don't know how I could even choose Crow if it was a possibility. Mods? Maybe. There are PC versions of the game. But, well, you'll see. You can tell I've played this a few times. Oh god, that's a lot. Yes. But it is on the PC. I know that for sure because I saw speedruns when I was looking at the speedrunning bit. Why am I missing one pair of Lady Strias? Did I mess up a quest? No? I guess someone's wearing Lady Strias? I don't know. Okay. Cat. Sleep. Okay, we sing for a sec. Give me a second. Yes. I always will save here in case of crashing. Actually, I probably should switch out uses for Elisa. She's probably stronger, to be honest. Cat. They're concerned about Crow with everything that happened. Let's go. I'm gonna let you see that one scene. There's one scene that I'd like to see. Show you.
Impossible! Aren't you even human?
Oh, I'm as human as they come. Can't speak for the principal, though. Or Instructor Beatrix, for that matter.
I'll say, our decorated veterans are putting the younger generation to shame.
Now, there's no need to go around flattering old ladies, Neidhart.
No need to be so modest, Beatrix. I don't know of any other old ladies who could reduce an armored car to a smoldering wreck that quickly.
Says the man who cut one in half.
Always nice to share a little outing with my wonderful colleagues.
Thomas is weird.
And while we're at it, since when were the two of you such whizzes with all those high-level arts?
Especially you, Thomas. When did you leave the library long enough to become so disturbingly proficient with an orbital staff?
Well, you know me. I've always been rather taken with the mages of the Middle Ages.
They're monsters! Sir, we don't stand a chance against them!
Ah, stop your whining!
They did this? By themselves?
Thomas is my spirit animal. I love it. They did this by themselves, yes.
I almost feel sorry for the soldiers.
Just who is Instructor Beatrix?
Hold on.
She was a colonel in the Imperial Army. They used to call her the Reviver. Heard she saved Sarah's life once even.
Yeah, she's kind of a legend. In her days with the medical corps, she'd show up in war zones to treat the critically injured. She'd patch them all up, friend or foe. And woe to anyone or anything who tried to stop
Setting
her.
up.
No wonder she's so inflexible.
You know, maybe they don't need our help after all.
No, it's not over yet.
Looks like they've got some reinforcements coming in.
Frickin' bed. It's been destroyed once again.
Cease your...
You think we can really beat all these things?
Well, I don't see another way out of it. We need to hold this location until the Imperial...
Time to see if the Army's finest up-and-coming officer has it where it counts.
Same to you, Miss A-Rank Bracer.
My! You two really do make quite the dynamic duo.
Shut up, Thomas.
All right. Palestine and Neidhart are taking point. Let's give them some cover.
Yes, sir.
Shut up, Thomas. Kind of fix my bed.
Now, let's see which parts have that arts resistance shit.
They certainly seem to be holding their own.
Yeah, but me...
There's Sharon.
What?
Hi, Sharon.
Sharon? Allow me to handle things here. I'll be sure to give Lady Sarah and her colleagues the opening they need to clinch their victory. Huh?
Hi, Sharon. Bye, Sharon.
She's fast. I figured you'd show up sooner or later.
Oh my! Steel wires.
These new model engines certainly are quite the step up. I'm impressed. Still, all the power in the world doesn't mean much if you're all tied up. The pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other. Would you care for a little demonstration? I'd say you won't feel a thing, but that would be lying.
So you finally dropped the act, huh? Looks like you've even picked up a few new tricks since our little dust-up 2 years ago. But I guess I wouldn't expect any less from Sharon Kruger, Ouroboros' Enforcer number 9. Or should I just call you the Severing Chain?
I'm currently on leave from that position. Right now, I'm but a humble maid in the service of the Rhineford family. And no matter who's pulling the strings, anyone who tries to harm Lady Elisa or her friends will have to get through me first.
That's fine by me.
The bondage jokes earlier.
I think you and I need to sit down and have a nice long talk after all this is over. I'll bring you snacks.
Oh, look at them go! Are you just going to stand there and let the ladies run laps around you, Major?
Of course not. I was just about to say, we should focus our assault on one and hit it with everything we've got.
Christopher's scary.
Boys will be boys.
Oh my, I feel like a mere mortal walking among titans.
Okay, I think I got these guys figured out. Gonna nullify their arch-human capabilities.
Oh, Vulcan's alive. So that probably means the other Scarlet's alive. There's more coming.
We've got two of those armors, a blue one and a green one. Are they twins?
Yeah.
Nope, no save. If I wasn't prepared before, then there's no point in saving now. Something to say about that? Nah.
Here they come! Be careful, everyone!
Oh, great! I forgot that I didn't have anyone that was ready.
Yeah!
Oh, I just remembered the strategy I used last time. I kind of wish I brought Laura this time. Oh.
Let's go! You okay?
Thanks. Here we go. Now's our chance. Let's go, everyone.
Oh my god. That was so... God.
Got it. It's my turn.
Go.
If it's magic, it could. Yeah.
Now.
I could probably use.
Right.
Yeah.
Fire.
My turn.
Go.
It's my turn. Here.
Okay.
You okay?
Well, that's great.
Let's go.
Go. Thanks.
My turn.
Yeah.
Too slow. Go. As your please.
Okay. There we go.
It's my turn. Let's go. Yeah. Arcus, activate.
Can you see what my plan is?
Now.
Go.
I can do this. Fire. Yeah. Here.
Okay.
Not yet. Arcus.
Right.
Thanks.
Get in there.
My turn.
Yeah.
My turn. Go.
I've got you.
Okay.
Right.
Too long.
Yeah. Arcus, activate. Yes.
Okay.
I can do this.
Go.
Well, they're chasing you, Lisa. That's not good.
I'll handle it.
Come on, turn back around.
You'll
Speed, dig! Okay. It's my turn.
Oh god, that's not even a lot of damage yet.
Arcus activate.
Oh no, you don't!
It's my turn. This is...
Go!
My turn. It's my turn. I'm sorry for the trouble.
I'll show you how it's done.
Hang in there.
My turn! Go!
I've got you.
Here we go! Too long!
My turn. Right.
Here we go!
Okay.
My turn. I leave this to you.
Come on, Lammy.
No, don't turn off. Don't you dare.
Here we go!
This is bad. Good luck.
With pleasure.
I can do this. Let's go.
Here we go!
I can do
I
this.
will probably switch to Emma again.
You're up. I'll take it
Because
from
she's
here.
a far attacker.
Arcus activate. Hang in there.
My turn!
No. Right. Let's go.
Alright. We're open! Thanks!
You kind of see why it's not the final boss, because usually the final boss means like that's the end of the game.
Alright. Go!
But that's not it either. This is like just a very large monster with a lot of HP.
Thanks! My turn! There's a chance!
Oh, I meant to hit.
My turn!
Hang in there. It's my turn. Yeah.
Go! There's a chance!
Yes, there we go.
Let's go, everyone!
Leave it to me. Right.
Alright.
There. Hang in there.
Here we go! As you're playing!
It's my turn.
Possibly, but I'm not doing it. Oh god.
Right.
Oh god.
Fire.
I like to see this move. It has so much HP. Yeah, it does. It takes a bit. Like, I have used... Look at how much HP it has. Can you see why it's taking a bit?
It's my turn.
Like, I've used every single S skill the first opportunity I had.
I've got you.
Let me just give it almost die.
It's my turn.
Yes! We got it!
Damn it! How could I have lost? I'm only
Sweet. Looks like George was right about Amy.
And there's Scarlet.
I recognize that.
Scarlet? No, but I hope you haven't. You managed to be... Sadly, I doubt...
Well, shall we begin?
Well, I'd like to heal, but there's not much point.
Right. Fire. It's my turn. Here.
See you right in a second.
It's my turn.
I can do this. It's my turn. Here.
Here we go!
It's my turn.
It's my turn.
Go!
Yeah. Here.
Here we go!
It's my turn.
There we go. Wait, at least it's still alive. I forgot! Angel! The angel thing. I totally forgot.
And this children. Think of it as a protective field. They originally designed it to defend against Tempestars.
The 5th Division really outdid itself this time. Reen?
Hey, what are you... You're not.
It's the same as when he fought the Viscount.
No, don't!
Don't do it, Rean!
So this must be that power of yours that C mentioned. I wonder if it'll really give you the strength to take down this speedway.
If I go full force, it'll probably cost me my life. But if that's what it takes to keep them all safe, then that's the price I'll pay.
Rean, stop!
You don't have to do this!
Dost thou desire the power?
What?
Like I said, this chapter is long. I was wrong with 30 minutes, but like, still. We're almost done. 2 more fights.
Thou hast but to call out my name.
And then a lot of dialogue, which I probably won't skip all of them.
Awaken her.
This voice.
It looks like all the conditions have finally been met.
Cat! Talkie cat!
Celine, you can talk?
Yes, quite eloquently too. But that's not important right now. Right now, you need to stay focused. You should know his name already. You saw it deep within the realm of the Great Shadow.
She's right. I remember the name. It feels so familiar. Like I've always known. Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
Ashen Knight, remember. Remember Ashen Knight. He's summoning! Yep! There's a reason I'm doing terrible for this, because it takes a while. Gotta go up 7 floors. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wanna play this. I don't blame you. It's like wise, like I love this.
What's happening to him?
He just stopped moving.
Celine, what's going on?
Shh, let him concentrate.
What? Did Celine just...
Makes a circle of Jolly Ranchers. Oh no.
The cat is talking.
What's he doing with that fancy light show?
I summoned the Lucky Nickel.
Well, whatever. It's not going to save their skins this time.
It's gonna be a little hard. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Playtime's over.
I do want the circle though. I want the Jolly Ranchers.
Unless you have a death wish, I suggest you get the hell out of... What was that? Is the Provincial Army bombarding the town? Wait! No! Shit! Is that what C was talking about?
If it's on the if you have a PS4, you can buy all 4 games on the PlayStation Store. I know it's also available on PC. So, I got... I summoned... the Sphinx. Well, let's try to summon us both. Look at that, wings.
What the?
Here it comes.
I have a PS5. It might be available for PS5 too. Because I think if you have PS4 games, you can play it on the PS5. Just check. It's called Trails of Cold Steel should work if you check the PSN store, the PlayStation store. If not, it's the Legends of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel.
Rean.
There should be 4 of them. There are 4 of them, should I say.
Is this one of the great knights from the ancient legends?
So the tales are true.
You see before you one of the Divine Knights, incarnations of the great power, the Ashen Knight, Valimar.
Damn it! This wasn't in the plans.
You aren't denying it would work. Some of that stuff is weird, though, I think.
It shouldn't have been able to move yet.
How am I even doing this? It's like my body just knows.
The moment you accepted the Awakener's Covenant, all the fundamental knowledge was granted to you. But you've got a more pressing issue to deal with right now. And this Divine Knight doesn't have a weapon yet either.
You're mine!
It evaded that attack like a trained duelist.
Like Greenwood.
Alright, I think I figured out the basics.
Reen!
Is he inside that thing making it move?
That's awesome!
I recognize that stance. The 8 leaves 1 blade style's unarmed form.
You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
Huh. Looks like you might be able to handle this after all.
The 8 Leaves 1 Blade School has a form we use if we're disarmed or have to fight without a weapon. And believe me, Master Ka-Fai drilled it into me so thoroughly I could do it in my sleep.
Sounds like you owe him a thank you next time you see him. Watch out! Here she comes!
Let's see what we can do!
Okay. And remember where most of the weak points are.
Don't leave me unsatisfied.
This should not be as hard as it was originally. Nightmare mode. Okay, yep. Now,
How about this? Our cute feisty. We'll see how long that lasts. How about this?
oh, I hit the wrong button. Well, it's not gonna kill me, unlike a nightmare. There we go.
Damn it! If Ryan could have finished my Templar sword in time,
This battle is over. Now get out of
Reen!
Yeah!
Alright, this should be all.
Damn.
Whoa, whoa, hold up just a sec. Aren't you forgetting something?
That voice.
Something's coming.
Azure Knight.
Whoa.
A blue knight?
Then Valimar wasn't the only Divine Knight that was awoken.
See? Am I ever...
The Azure Knight? So he was an Awakener all along. I'll bet she's the one who guided him to it too.
Crow. Sure am. Long. Oh, well, not too long, I guess. See, but that all feels strangely distant.
Why? Why are you doing this? Are you really the one who shot? And where did you even get that thing?
It's thanks to the Imperial Liberation Front's planning that I wound up at the Academy in the first place. It was a nice spot to bide my time while we waited for our chance to take out the Chancellor. Gotta say, though, the whole school thing was a lot more fun than I expected. Almost makes me sad to leave it behind. But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was.
Like hell he isn't! All the good times we had. Your friendship with Toa and Angelica and George? You seriously want me to believe that all of that was just a lie? That our hanging out, our field study?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I don't think that's entirely true, but I don't think it's entirely false.
Oh no.
Crow!
What?
I may as well let you see this. We already gone really long, anyways.
Langford made that for the... I know it's not the kind you're used to, but it's the best... So, what do you see?
Now you kind of see why I say final boss is not that.
Just like C used.
Then there's no room left for doubt. Crow really is C.
I take no joy in this, but we can't have that Ashen Knight of yours getting in the way later down the line. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to bust it up, along with the Academy. As for you students and the staff, you'll be under our jurisdiction.
So that's the plan if you win, huh? But what about if I win?
If you win, I'll pay up the... Hell, we could even trade places. I'll babble on about friendship and dreams, and you can have fun for once in your life.
You've got yourself a deal. But I hope you know what you just signed up for. Because the Bank of Reen has the highest interest rate on the continent. If we'll be trading places, don't forget you'll have a mountain of work waiting for you back at the Academy. So one way or another, you'll be coming back with us, Crow.
You've got some real stones. I'll give you that. But sure, I'll agree to those terms.
I don't know.
This is bad.
Hard to say.
Their will to fight is causing an enormous outpouring of mana.
Real stones indeed! Okay, what is oh yeah, I do kind of remember, like, the last time I did this, I was kind of just dazed, to be honest.
That's it! You're that's it!
I hit the wrong button. I won't die, but like still. No! Fuck! Keep hitting the wrong button. I gotta do this again.
Not bad. Think you can handle this?
Can't lose. Burn to ash. Here now. That's it. You're think you can handle this? Bring it on! Here it is! Darkness!
No, I hit the wrong button. Okay, again.
Bring it on! Eat this! Gotcha! Now!
Okay. Yay! That's the last enemy. That I have to fight in this game.
He did it!
Thank goodness. That means...
This can't be happening!
You really don't do anything halfway, do you? I thought I knew what you could do with your 8 Leaves training, but you're fighting on a whole nother level today.
Good thing, too. Otherwise, I'd never have stood a chance against you. Time to make good on our wager, Crow. You're coming back. What in the...
You've been piloting a Divine Knight for 1 day. I've been using mine for 3 years. Did you think I wouldn't have a trump card to play?
Damn it! It's like I didn't even phase him. My head!
When a Divine Knight is damaged, the Awakener shares their pain. Just as I feared, it was too early. Or perhaps it would have been too
Yep,
late.
activated his trap card.
No, you don't!
So this part is different, depending on the dance scene of who you choose.
Rean, are you okay?
Guys, what are you doing?
We are going to buy you time to get away from here.
Run, while you still have the chance.
I can't. I won't just leave you all here.
You can, and you must.
Well, actually, the ending scene, a fair amount of the ending scenes actually a little different.
Heimdall's been occupied, and it's only a matter of time before we've got a full-blown civil war in our hands.
They might have been caught off guard today, but the Imperial Army's full of elite soldiers. When the war starts, it'll be long and bloody.
But it doesn't have to be like that. You and the Ashen Knight could change things. You could find a third way, like Prince Oliver was talking about. A way that doesn't bow to either faction.
You can become the wind that changes the course of this conflict.
You guys, No, I can't! You'll never make it against him by yourselves! Just run, please!
Just look at yourself. You're in no position to be worrying about us.
Yeah, just leave it to us.
Once you've escaped, we'll go join the instructors, so don't worry. Take care of him for us. Okay, Celine?
Easier said than done.
Prolonging current battle poses the risk of sustaining irreparable damage. Immediate tactical retreat is advised.
That voice! Are you Valimar?
So, you've gathered enough power, have you? Well, we may have lost this battle, but at least we'll live to fight another day. Alright, get us out of here. As far away in Erebonia as you can take us.
Command acknowledged. Charting course.
Wait, no! That's my call to make!
Rean, there's so much I want to say right now. You're the one who gave me the courage to find my way in life. That's why this time, I want to be the one to help you find yours. And when we meet again, I'll tell you everything that's in my heart.
Lisa.
And that's the end! That's also the name of the game, like full. Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. You can also see the thing. Yep. Like, the ending is powerful. Like, I enjoyed each time. Thank you for staying with me the entire time to play this. Because I'm not joking, I would have gone mental playing it for the third time. Because I've been skipping all the dialogue. We may have stream cheesy, but like I'd say this is well nice. And now I get to play the second game. And so I'll read you what of course, Lucky, we're here for you, and it was fun. Yes, I enjoyed it so much. We had a lot of new people come in. We had my friend Jeremy come in, and he was really funny when like the lack of dialogue. I love that. It was so funny. Yes. I will read you the reason why I've done 3 runs for this. The data, so, after the credits, you can save and clear data. This allows you to transfer data over to Game Plus. The data can also be transferred to the sequel, called Steel 2, which gives you an additional bonus based on read stats, and also different dialogue, I think. Where is it done? It says something about dialogue too. Yes. Where is the talk about the it changes certain dialogue, I remember it said. Somewhere. Yeah. Depending on who you dance with, it causes slight variation in the ending and also changes mild dialogue in the sequel. Yeah. Yes. Oh heck yeah. Yeah, so I will be able to play the game if I haven't looked at like all the little scenes. This is like, the little scenes that are showing in the background is, well, Valimar is escaping. But anyways, that's the reason why I did 3 playthroughs, so I can get play it like all different times for all the different endings, because I'm actually curious of how the endings will change and how this will change the second game. Also, this music is a real bop. I at least skipped most of the story, so like, if you guys want to play this, like most of the dialogue, if you guys want to play this, you won't be spoiled too much, just mainly the ending, because I pretty much showed the entire ending, because I liked it so much. I like the ending so much. Like, the final chapter has taken us 3 hours. Half of it's because I actually let the dialogue play, but like, the final chapter is long, but it is good. I'd say, at least. I don't know who the third person came in, but whoever you are that is looking, we are pretty much done. I apologize. We have ended. 4 more lucky? Please, I have been streaming for 9 hours, Waddles. Please, no. I have been streaming for 9 hours and I streamed for 6 hours yesterday. Let me release me. Free me. Set me free. Lucky needs rest. Lucky does need rest. We're more lucky. No. Story is still continuing, and you see Valimar in a snowy place, and there's the clear screen. Waddles no. Yeah, Waddles no. But there's the clear screen. It's a very pretty scene. You can rest when you're dead. No, I won't be able to rest while I'm dead. Hold on, I'm actually taking a picture because it's a nice screen. Sorry. But that is the end of the game. I kind of skipped all the dialogue, but it is a really good game. Like, you saw the combat, and you saw some of the dialogue. And I have talked about the game non-stop for, like, the last... Oh my god, it's been over 12 hours. 14? No, more than that. Shit. Oh god, has it been 16 hours? But yeah, for the last 16 hours. I think it's more than 16 to be honest, but still, maybe 15. But anyways, stretch, yes, a stretch, I stretch out my back, I'm stretching, but we're all done. I probably should check who to raid. More addicted to than Wise. I think I'm equally addicted to both. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm equally addicted to both. 9 plus 6, 15 hours. Okay, yeah. But there was also, like, this... Uptime. Yeah, so there was the first one... Yeah, we went for almost a full 10 hours at this point. Yeah, we have. We're really close. If I go for another 10 minutes, it will be 10 hours. But anyways... I think I'm equally addicted to Wise as I am this game at this point, this game series, because Wise has its charm. Like, I love the protagonists and their stories. That is great, which is great. And then, sorry, I'm looking through. And then this game is also really good. Yeah. I don't see Goldie streaming, but would you listen to, do you want to listen to Calm? When we're lucky, no. No. Would you like to chill because it's super late, or see what Elswick's doing? Because you guys know Elswick. Elswick is spinning records. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. But I see Elswick's on. Goldie ended a bit ago. Yeah, I was looking for her because I'd follow her, so I have her. If she's live, I have her. I have been streaming for a very long time. Anyways, so we can go to Turtles. No, we're not going for 8 more hours, Waddles. I'd like to sleep. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning for me, and I need to brush my teeth. And no, I don't need it. Turtles? I'm fine going anywhere, really? Okay, we'll go to Turtles because it is late, even for Grim. It's almost 12 o'clock for Grim. I believe. I think it's almost 12 for Grim. Because you're 4 hours behind me, I think. So, let's go. God damn it. Hold on. but we have a Discord, and we have a Discord, so anyone, it is 12 a.m. there, yeah, so anyone that wants to see things like, know anything I'm doing, because I do a lot of, well, I don't do a lot of things, but I do a lot of weird things, and will randomly post out when I'm doing them. Go check the Discord, or if you just want a whole bunch of emotes, I won't blame you, because I have Nitro and I like emotes. I have a YouTube channel. Pretty much all my YouTube videos, all my VODs go there after they're getting taken down from, almost all my VODs that leave Twitch will go onto YouTube. I'll sometimes cut them shorter to make it that, and also Twitter. The Twitter link, Waddles has posted that, as you can see. It's almost 2 for Waddles. Yeah, I know, you're just an hour behind me. I do not have an Instagram link because I don't have an Arkin or Lucky Instagram. So, yeah, I have my personal one. Anyways, that's all today. So, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. We'll see. Lucky has the best emotes. Well, thank you. Anyways, I'm all done. See you later, guys. Bye.